All right. Let me make sure I'm good to go. This is the worst. Hey, there we go. Well, this is the worst. This is probably the worst starting podcast I think I've ever been a part of.
Considering this is the first starting podcast I've ever been a part of, it's definitely the worst.
Yeah, this is it. What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharpe, and welcome to this first episode of what is this? Hashtag How to Relationship Podcast. We thank you guys very, very much for joining us. I am joined, as always, by the lovely and talented Devin. Devin.
Hey.
How you doing?
Hey, I'm good. You worked so hard in the studio all week. I'm really proud of you. I know you probably lost a little bit on top.
Yeah, that's been going on for a while.
Trying to put this all together.
Yeah.
I'm so used to hearing you talk to yourself that now when you talk to me, I kind of just tune it out. So, but yeah, it's been quite a week.
It's been quite a week. We've watched a couple of really good college football games. Somebody give me an update on App State and Texas A&M. Last I heard, App State was up by 3, so you guys let me know that as soon as possible. At any rate, what we are going to do today, guys, is this is going to be the start of our How to Relationship podcast. We're going to talk about different subject matters that all has to do with relationships. The reason why we decided to do this is because there are no other red pill couples out there. There are a lot of red pill women out there. Well, there are a lot of red pill women, and then there are a lot of red pill women who are really groupies.
Right.
The real red pill women out here, Allie, Janelle, Pearl. I'll give her my endorsement. And of course, Tallulah, who is still in the hospital. We wish her the very best.
Is she really?
Yeah. She. I think she's either in the hospital or she just got out of the hospital. So, guys, keep Tallulah in your thoughts. But then we have like red pill groupies out there, like Tori, aka Torsha. I'm just, listen, man. I'm not here to talk bad about anybody yet, but I've never seen, and you know what is interesting? I was telling you about what I thought happened with this Mark Van Scrotum character.
Right.
I figured it out, guys. You guys all remember Mark Van Scrotum, Mark Van Stratum. That was an honest mistake. I did not mean to call him that. Sorry, Mark, not sorry.
Stop the cap.
There you go. So now Devin now has a soundboard. So now she's going to be hitting me with certain things. But yes, what we figured out was that Mark Van Stratum, I think, because he said that he had been a fan of mine for years, I think he found a woman. He tried the how to build a quality woman from the ground up technique, maybe even some relationship foundation fundamentals. His woman wasn't having it. And because he didn't have any other options, or he just could not do what some men are able to do, he decided, I'm going to stay in this space, but I'm going to go purple pill. I'm going to go purple pill / Kevin Ray Wilder. I'm going to call Donovan a dumb effing this and that and the other and expect to get... Now, I'm actually still doing him a favor here by continuing to mention his name. But what do you think about Mark Van Stratum? What do you think about that?
Usually if it doesn't work the first time, then most people will bail.
Yep.
Yep. And if this stuff was easy, everyone would be doing
it. That's
right. I don't really know why he would go from dedicating a section of his book in your name to all of a sudden, oh, no, stop doing that. Let me get the cure.
Man. Yeah, come on, man. Get out of here. And like, it was
stupid.
Exactly, man. And it was like, he wrote this wall of text insulting me, calling me dumb. And then right at the end, he's like, hey, I'm more than happy to come on and discuss this with you. And I'm like, are you out of your mind? But here's the thing. For whatever reason, he thought that I would forget who he was. He thought that he could write this wall of text and be like, I don't know who this guy is, but I'm going to get him on my show. Come on, man. Give me a break with that.
So that's like the 49 Laws of Devin Sharpe. Donovan never forgets.
No, I
you.
do not. I never ever. I don't forget much. That's for sure. Anyway, at any rate, we're happy to have you guys in here, guys. Please hit the like button. The studio looks good. Yeah, man. Yeah, we got to get. Somebody already says that you're killing it without sound with the soundboard. Today is going to be kind of murky. We probably won't have anybody call in via Zoom. If we do, we're not really sure if it's going to work. I mean, the internet right now, it looks like it's average at best. Shout out to the late great Kevin Samuels. But we're gonna get through this. So what we're gonna talk about today, we're gonna talk about two topics today. We're gonna talk about Tom Brady and Giselle Bündchen. We are also going to talk about why love is not unconditional.
Okay.
Why love is 874% conditional. So let's talk about Tom Brady and Giselle Bündchen. Now, you've been doing a little bit of research, or is that a strong word here?
I've read an article or two that have showed up in the headlines.
Okay. And what'd you get? What'd you find?
Okay, well, Giselle is mad that Tom unretired. He retired for about 2 weeks after winning the latest Super Bowl with the Buccaneers, right?
Yep. Well, they
the
lost in
Rams
the
won
playoffs. Yeah, the
last
Rams
year,
won.
right?
But yeah.
Yes, okay. So what is that? 7 out of 11 that he's been to?
Yeah, he's been to 7 of the last, I think, 16. Oh no, he's been to 10 of the last 21. He's won 7 of those. So he's a winner. He's a winner.
And so
Good job.
And so she's mad because when he's doing when it's football season, he's doing football. He's either studying film or on the field or traveling with the team or training or whatever. And then when he's not playing football, she complains that he's into his other business activities.
Right.
So what her main complaint is that he's not spending enough time with the family, and that he's not doing his part in being a father to their 3 kids. Their kids are, I think, 7, 9, and 12 or something. Okay. I don't know exactly. Okay. So, yeah, they... She does. I mean, I don't know if she wants him to be doing the dishes, and what is she exactly hoping for? I didn't even know that reclined.
It does. Well, I knew it reclined, but I didn't know it was that easy for it to recline. This is something you and I talk about an awful lot. And anytime we'll watch something on TV. I forget what we were watching, but there was one woman who was complaining about the fact that Jerry Buss, the Lakers, the dynasty.
Oh yeah.
And there was a part where the Buss children were like, Dad wasn't around and blah 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 blah. And my mom, she didn't like that he wasn't around, and she used to give him the business and this and that and the other. Well, Jerry Buss was off becoming a millionaire. Nothing comes without a cost. If you're going to, and this is where men and women alike make this mistake. Men, we need to understand that if you can't be father of the year and be a titan of the industry. If you're making 6 figures, you're not going to be at every kid's t-ball game. If you're making 6 figures, you're not going to be at your kid's dance recitals, every single one. The higher earner a man is, the less time he has for his family. But guess what? Men know and understand, okay, this is the cost. If I want my family to be set up for life, sometimes even generational wealth, my wife is probably going to have a couple of affairs. My children are probably going to hate me, but at least they'll be set for life. But then we have women who say, well, I want you to be Tom Brady and Super Nanny.
It's almost like I think the last time she had a high earning year was in 2012. And
she's 42 years old, by the way.
She's 42 years old, so she's pretty much aging out of her industry. And I think she was hoping that Tom Brady would also be aging out around the same time, so then they can just enjoy their family life together.
Stop talking for a second. Somebody time out. Real Chads are unvaccinated. If we're gonna chat like this, let's be adults, guys. Let's be adults. Come back. Real Chads are unvaccinated with another name. Let's not be 7th graders, guys. Come on. Anyway.
Okay. So now that he retired from the Patriots and then went to the Bucks and then didn't win that last Super Bowl, retired for 2 weeks,
Yeah.
and came back. Basically, he's not done yet. The guy has he's the GOAT, and when you marry the GOAT doesn't just stop being the greatest of all time.
Sure.
He plays until he can't anymore. He still feels like he has something to prove until what is he, 44 now?
45.
He wanted to play until he was 45.
45, and this is it.
So this is his last chance. I don't think 1 year, one way or the other, is really going to make or break this Brady family. As far as, is he going to be there for what? A recital?
I agree.
What is more important than your legacy? Some would say children. Now, if we look at other high-profile sports couples like Derek and Hannah Jeter, Derek Jeter did it right.
Yes,
he finished his career and then started his family. Whereas Tom Brady kind of got it mixed up.
After Super Bowl number 3.
Yeah,
he
figured, now it's time to start a family. All my friends have kids, but little did he know that he had 15 more years left to go in the industry.
Of course.
So, the rules just don't apply to Tom Brady, and I don't think that I think that as far as when to retire and your time is up and things like that, Tom Brady is in a category of his own.
Sure.
Giselle thinks she's in a category of her own.
There we go.
She's also one of the highest earning supermodels of all time. Yep. And, she's one of the most beautiful women in the world. She's very wealthy. So, she feels that she married her equal.
Right.
And she all of a sudden wants a 50-50 relationship.
Yes, she does.
Because she brought as much to the table as he did. But
her net worth, she makes more than he does. Her net worth is higher.
Right.
But guess what? People still think that she's the one with the advantage. Shout out to Callie.
So, I think it's funny that all of a sudden, she's being, she's throwing a fit, basically. I think she took off to Costa Rica or something like that. She's not talking to Tom. Tom took time out of training camp to deal with family matters.
11 days.
Yeah, which I guess still was enough to appease her because she's not even coming back to Tampa. She's not going to his opening home game.
What? Now that I didn't know.
So usually they have a heads up when she's coming because they need security and they need the food. Of course.
Get her, Callie. She's in there somewhere.
And they need all kinds of things. Well, they said that she hasn't made a reservation. She hasn't set up, so she's not supposed to be not even attending. Now, if you're not going to support your husband's endeavors, thick and thin, you got problems. But I honestly don't think she's going anywhere.
Giselle ain't going nowhere. And it's funny because I've seen certain articles and memes and social media postings. Giselle Bundchen is taking it to Tom Brady and Giselle is going to leave Tom. And I've seen memes where he's crying and all this other kind of stuff. And I'm like, dude, look, check this out. For those of you who are unaware of the sexual market value, the dating market value, a lot of people, and if we haven't learned anything from Kim Kardashian, we need to learn this. Giselle Bundchen, yeah, she's a supermodel and she's this and she's that, but she's not going to have any options after Tom Brady. Who's going to want to date? Just think about this. Who else hasn't had a husband since he passed away? Vanessa Bryant. Vanessa Bryant is beautiful, but the reason why nobody wants to date her is because she's already had the children, 3 children.
She put that in her mouth.
She's already had 3 children of an apex alpha male. She had 3 or 4 children with Kobe Bryant. Who in the world thinks they're going, and a lot of people think Kobe Bryant's the GOAT, much less in LA.
Yeah.
So you go one level up from that. You got Giselle, who is this supermodel. Oh my God, if she dumps Tom, she's going to have a line of suitors. No, she is not. Nope. Not a chance, man. She is going, because if she divorces Tom Brady, I don't care if you're a supermodel. I don't care if you're worth millions of dollars. You're going to be a single mother of 3 children of an apex alpha male.
Is that keyboard on? Sorry.
She is going to be a single mother of an apex alpha male, right? Yes. And ain't nobody trying to deal with, oh, wait a minute, you're Tom Brady's ex? Sorry, he's the GOAT. What do I have that he doesn't? Yeah, nothing.
And Vanessa Bryant, she was always stayed out of the limelight. She was a very private person. Mm-hmm. She wasn't in it for the clout or whatever to get her name out there. She just wanted to be a good wife to her husband and a good mother to their children.
Yep.
She is literally alpha widowed, unfortunately. Literally. And honestly, it's not just because of her husband's status too, but I think it's because I think she really, really loved him.
Of course.
And
of
like
course.
that kind of heartbreak is takes a lifetime to get over.
It does. It does.
So I think comparing her to Giselle is a little harsh because, you know, she didn't ask for that. She
Well,
divorced
the reason.
Kobe,
Well, here's the deal. No, you're right. The reason I compared her to Giselle, even if let's say that Kobe Bryant survived that helicopter crash, or that helicopter crash never happened. Let's say that Kobe and Vanessa went their separate ways. Guess what? Vanessa's not, dude, Kobe would be up to his eyeballs in women half of Vanessa's age.
Right.
And Vanessa, she might have a fling with, say maybe a Pete Davidson or a celebrity here, but no one's going to take her seriously. Giselle is an even unenviable position.
Wow.
Because she's the alpha widow of the GOAT, and nobody doesn't know who Tom Brady is.
Yeah.
So for people to think that if Giselle decides to leave Tom, it's just going to be fun and fancy free, and she's got 3 kids she's got to raise, man. Get out of here with that.
Yeah. It's funny. I think that Giselle, like, this isn't the first time that she's caused Tom Brady a headache in the headlines, right?
Really?
Isn't when he had a concussion, didn't she like air his
Yeah.
laundry?
Yeah. He had a concussion, and football players don't like it. Football players will play with concussions, and Brady, he's a warrior. He's gonna play through whatever he has to.
Right.
And so Giselle was on a radio station, and it wasn't like she was out of pocket. She was like, "Hey man, like, I get concerned for Tom. He's out there, he's taking shots. I think he just got diagnosed with a concussion." And we're all like, "Whoa, wait a minute. We didn't know that." Because when he was in New England, we didn't know anything about Tom Brady. He was always probable. Anytime Brady had, Coach Belichick, we saw Tom limping around. What's the status? He's going to be probable.
Yeah.
And he's always out there. But Giselle, for the first time, gave us like the real window, and I think she did it out of genuine concern. However, Tom checked her. He checked her. He said, "Yo, check this out." And he made it public. He said, "Don't you talk about my health status on the football team in public." We didn't hear from her since, right?
Right.
So I know she did it out of concern, but that's part of the gig.
Yeah. I think at this point she might be. I don't know. Like, does she still post like on Instagram and still kind of like thirst trap and stuff? Or
Does she?
I don't know.
That's a very good question. I suppose when we get that, I suppose when I get the. When I get that scene set up, I suppose we could look at it in real time.
It makes me wonder if she's going through like what the Larsa Pippins and Kim K's are going through.
Not.
This like 42-year-old
God,
renaissance
or
whatever
God.
that seems to be fashionable right now.
How's that working out for Larsa Pippen? How's that working out for Kim Kardashian?
Yeah, it's a mess.
See, and Giselle better not be thinking to herself, "You know what? I'm a supermodel. It's not going to happen to me because I'm a supermodel." No, listen, dude. Dudes are going to use her for bedroom fun. They're gonna use her to up their Q rating. Every once in a while, she might run into a Pete Davidson who actually thinks he's in love. And by the way, Kim K should have married Pete Davidson, because that's the last dude of note that she's ever going to get to want to marry her. That's neither that.
I don't think he's that dumb.
Well, I don't think he's that dumb, but Kim K is. She still thinks she can do better. The point is that Giselle, I hope she doesn't think like Larsa Pippen and Kim K. Because, dude, when you're a woman, dude, Kim Kardashian had 4 children by crazy billionaire, but billionaire Kanye West. Yeah. Who else is there for her to date? Who else is there for Giselle to date? Let's just say her and Tom Brady get divorced. Who out there? Let's just assume that everybody would want to date her. Who out there would qualify to date someone like her?
Probably some oligarch or some rich guy from Europe would probably.
Some Russian or Brazilian, some Argentinian billionaire that nobody knows. That's about it. But guess what? Those oligarchs, those billionaires ain't looking for 42-year-old single moms, supermodel or not. Am I wrong?
Right.
Ay. Let's go to the super chats. Looks like they're coming in here. Let's see. We got a couple here. Shout out to Alvin Sam with the $5 super chat. I did not mean to cover up Dev there. You're good. Alvin Sam says, Brady has been doing his part by financially providing. He can't stop working because of the kids. Giselle misses the materialism from her career. What do you think about that?
I think she's just tired of trying to do it all on her own.
She's trying to
She's
do it
making
all
all
on
the
her own.
decisions.
She can't do. Listen. A girl can only do so much when you have 17 nannies, right? Like, come on.
Yeah, like Tom Brady doesn't have someone to meal prep for him or something, right?
Give me a break. Seriously. What do you think the day-to-day, just for kicks and giggles? What do you think the day-to-day operation? What do you think the day-to-day operations are? And Anthony, I see you on the in the Zoom call. I'll get to you in just a second. What do you think her day-to-day operations are?
Wow. I don't know. Like, maybe. Well, do you think that have you seen their mansion in Tampa?
It's got a moat, and it's ridiculous.
Like, I couldn't decide if like maybe people come to teach the kids at the house, or if the kids are taken to school by a driver. I don't think that she's getting up, packing the kids in a minivan,
That's the point.
Driving them off, and then after school taking them to soccer practice, gymnastics.
So why is she giving Tom Brady shit for this? Is this just her being a woman? Is this just her poop testing him?
Some people say that he made her a promise and he broke it.
Well, he made us a promise. He told us back when he was 35 that he was going to play till he was 45.
Like you say, a man reserves the right to change his opinion at any time. This is something that we covered in our How to Relationship course. And if a woman's not willing to accept that on little things, she's definitely not going to accept it on big things. And I think that Tom really just needs to put his foot down with her once again and be like, yo.
Yeah, I'm playing.
Yeah.
But guess what? His ass is going to be on the field week 1 because there are a few, they're the only thing that can keep Tom Brady off his mother, Super Bowl 51, when they were down 28-3 against the Atlanta Falcons, his mother was sick with cancer.
Yeah, I remember that.
That didn't even pull. Now, it was the Super Bowl, but that didn't even take him off the field. If you think that his incessant, nagging, bitching wife about, hey, come home and take care of the kids because my 14 nannies isn't doing it, that's definitely not going to do it. Let's go to another super chat here. I almost said super chat. Oh, shout out to Stephen Ortiz, member for 24 months. Holy smokes. Good for you. Monkey Business with the $20 super chat says, just stopping in. It looks like Destiny decided not to take you up on the offer unless I missed a broadcast prior to this. Not surprised. How's it going? Actually, I decided not to do the call with Destiny. And the reason for that is because he and we don't think alike. His strategies in the dating market are not the same as mine to keep it as cleanly as possible. And for that reason, it would be a very disingenuous conversation on his part. Let me bring Anthony in here because it shows that, is Anthony still waiting? I guess he decided not to. Hang on, let me go full screen here. No? All right. Wait a minute, hold on a second. Participants. Oh, there we go. All right, well, Anthony, if you decide to jump back in, we'll be ready for you. Guys, listen, we are only going to be taking questions from, we're only going to be taking calls from people who have a disagreement. We love all you guys who agree with us. But we're trying to get out of the whole echo chamber thing. We want to talk with people who have a strong, healthy disagreement. Put a bow on this Giselle and Tom situation.
One of our commenters said, Pete Davidson had a tattoo of Kim K put on him. Yeah. He has a tattoo of everything put on him.
He does, doesn't he? And they're all terrible.
Yeah.
That's not that big a deal.
I don't think that would be a compliment.
That's not that big a deal.
To put a bow on it, I think this is just nonsense. She's throwing a fit because she's not getting enough attention, and she wants her man at home.
I think she does too. Listen, I don't think it makes her a bad person to be shit testing her husband. This is what she's supposed to do. But Tom is also doing what he's supposed to do. This reminds me of the movies Rocky 2 and Rocky 4.
I know.
Rocky wanted the rematch with Apollo. Apollo was in the press talking all this trash about him. Rocky's like, dude, the bills are piling up. Adrian's pregnant. I got to get in the ring. Adrian, she was like, nope, don't want you to do it. We could live poor, blah, 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 blah. She goes into a coma. She wakes up. She tells him she wants him to go fight Apollo. Mm-hmm. Rocky 4, he wants to fight Drago because Drago killed Creed. Right. Understandably so. Adrian is upset about it. But guess what? Rocky still flew to Russia, and Adrian ended up flying to Russia and cheering him to victory. So Giselle, she can pout and stomp her feet all she wants to. But if she thinks, and let's not discount this. Tom and Giselle love each other. It's not like if she says, well, goodbye. Well, there might be some people who say, well, he should just let her go. No, they've been married for almost, 10, 15, I don't even know how long they've been married. Got 3 kids, have a life together.
Yeah.
It's not like they're just, a wham, bam, thank you, man. There is some history there. However, if she really does decide to pull the pin on this grenade, she is going to have a lot rougher time than he is.
I agree. I also think that, it just goes to show, like, once things get a little tough or a little hard,
Yep.
you don't pull the plug.
Nope.
This is when the time when you double down and figure out how you're going to work together to make it through.
That's right.
So if she has any kind of head on her shoulders and, take the Hannah Jeter route and just be good to your family, step out of the spotlight, say no comment, and just keep your business behind closed doors.
Do you think the fact that she's an international supermodel and celebrity, do you think that has anything to do with the fact that she's throwing this fit?
I think it has more to do with the fact that people who know her know someone famous. So whatever she confides into with people around her, those people around her are going to report that, oh my God, Giselle is upset about blah, 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 blah. So, it's not her directly going to the press anyway. It's always like a source close to Giselle, So I think this is, I think a lot of it's something to do about nothing. If they have a disagreement, that's fine. But, when it comes down to it, it's Tom Brady, man. Like, she'll get over it.
She will. I think she will. I think she's going to. My prediction is that I would say by game 4. I would say by game 4 she'll be back in the stands.
I give it till game 2.
Game 2.
Yeah.
You think it's that soon, huh? Mm-hmm. All right, game 2. Good stuff. All right, let's let me read some of these chats before we go to our next topic. This is going to be this show is going to be high and tight. We had somebody in the Zoom. But this might get some people talking. 300. We had a little over 300 people watching, guys. Appreciate that. Let's see here. Bryce Friday says, ask how Danica Patrick is faring after Aaron Rodgers kicked her to the curb. She demanded someone higher than his status. Yeah, good luck with that.
She belongs to the streets.
Yeah, she does. Because as soon as I saw your hand, as soon as she jumped over to NASCAR, she jumped into bed with Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
Yeah.
Like that was it. I remember when she was Rookie of the Year, she almost won the Indy 500 back in 2005. Mm-hmm. That was unbelievable. But something in me, before I found this community, told me, they said she's engaged. She's a race car driver. Who the hell wants to marry... What man wants to marry a race car driver? Well, it turns out that female race car drivers don't want to marry regular guys.
No, she should stick to commentating. She was pretty good at the Daytona 500.
She's actually pretty good. She was very, very good at commentating. Delray Davis says, damn it, the Mountaineers won. What in the actual... Wow, so Appalachian State won. We've actually watched quite a few good football games here the first couple of times. Moon America says Zestiny. I don't know what that means.
That's Destiny. They call it with a Z because he's genderqueer. So they put a Z in front of it, like a they, thems, or they, them, their.
Oh, he's gender fluid.
Yeah.
Don't say the. You're gonna say the word. Don't say the word.
Say no words.
You said the Q word.
Okay,
so we're gonna be canceled tomorrow. That's gonna do it. Yeah, exactly. Okay, very good. Okay, so let's move to our next. Let's go to our next topic. Oh, wait a minute. Never mind. Okay, unconditional love. You and I were on the Fresh and Fit podcast not too long ago, and the topic of unconditional love came to the forefront. Yes, there we go, and canceled. Yeah. You're gonna have some splaining to do. Yeah. You think that's me? That's you. You're having too much fun with this.
I know, it's really fun. I've been wanting one forever.
I know that you have. I've made it. Myron made it an art form. I just follow in his footsteps. Unconditional love. Go.
Let's see. Unconditional love. These girls said that unconditional love exists. It exists between men and women. But every single example that Myron, Fresh, you, or anyone else asked them, it was all conditional love.
Sure.
So, I don't know. Like, I guess everyone wants to start off a discussion by like, Define unconditional love. Well,
Right.
unconditional love means loving without conditions.
Yeah.
Like, there's no exception. There's nothing that they could do that would spoil your love for them.
Right.
Now, when we combine unconditional love with personal boundaries, that gets a little, people get really confused with that.
Okay.
Because, like, for example, okay, I love Chester unconditionally.
Sure.
Okay.
Yes. So do I.
Love him no matter what. Chester eats my AirPods Pro.
Still gonna love him.
I still love him, but he pushed my boundaries pretty hard. You know what I'm saying?
Did you just say, you know what I'm saying? Oh my God. Never say that again.
Nope.
Oh my God. You say that one more time?
She belongs to the streets.
Wow. Are you really trying to be black? Like, is that what this, so you're trying to be black?
Are you rubbing off on me?
Dude, am I rubbing off on you? I'm the least black person you know. Unbelievable. Listen, that's going to the soundboard. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm saying, know what I
Just
mean?
like,
She belongs to the streets.
She belongs to the streets.
hold up, here we go, remix.
She belongs to the streets.
All right, keep going.
Oh,
Unconditional love.
yeah. Let's see. Unconditional love. Like, parents can love their children unconditionally.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, people can love pets, objects, things like that unconditionally.
Yeah.
But for your partner, your spouse, your significant other, by loving them unconditionally, you are giving them free rein to destroy your relationship.
And that's why it doesn't exist.
Right.
Because if anyone, and again, we of course, and I don't know why it is that girls, specifically women, they're afraid to say that unconditional love doesn't exist. It's almost as though they think it is an indictment on the female gender. If they say, I love, because I asked you on the air, do you love me unconditionally? You said, hell no. Of course you don't. Go on.
Oh, hell no.
Jesus Christ, I knew you were going to do that. But that was the point. That was absolutely the point. And I do not love you unconditionally. Unconditional love, that is the enemy of evolutionary biology. I've said this before. And if anybody has never heard this, what you guys have to understand is that if women were truly able to love unconditionally, then the best genes would be bred out of existence within just a few generations. Because men would not be motivated to build things. We wouldn't be motivated to conquer. We wouldn't be motivated to strive for excellence. Unconditional love only happens in the movies, but it happens to guys in the movies who look like Chris Hemsworth and Chris Evans and who else?
Chris
Idris
Pine.
Elba, Chris Pine, all the
Name all the
Chris's,
Chris's.
Yeah, John Cusack, etc., etc. So, why do you think unconditional love is being? Because we see it in commercials. Every kiss begins with K. Blah 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 blah. Why do you think it's such a thing?
Well, I mean, that's the fantasy, is to be loved unconditionally, no matter how you behave, no matter what you do. There's nothing that you can do that will, shake that person's confidence and love in you.
Yep.
That whole Disney fantasy, it's just not real. Now, a lot of people will confuse, like, they want to define unconditional love and then romantic love and then different kinds of love.
Right.
And it can be very confusing, but really, like, unconditional love is exactly what you say it is. And when people say, I love you unconditionally, I'm going to be your forever, it's basically saying, I love you so much, I don't care what you do to me or to yourself.
There you go.
And that's, I mean, something that took me a long time to learn was that, like, say someone you love does something to you that's unforgivable. I learned that you cannot forgive them and still love that person. And that was really hard for me to process.
Say that again. You cannot forgive them?
Right. You can not forgive them for what they did.
Oh, you can love someone but still not forgive them. Okay.
That was a hard thing for me to balance in my mind.
I learned that a long time ago.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
No, not me. It took me an extra 20 years to figure that one out. But it actually brought me a lot of peace, because there's all this pressure of, like, oh, you have to forgive, you have to forgive, you have to forgive.
I don't forgive
if you
anybody.
love somebody, you'll forgive them, and this and that. And the truth is life isn't that simple.
No, it's not.
So when you say, hey, if you don't get your butt in the gym, we're done.
That's right.
But also, you could, I mean, there's another way to say it. Like, honey, I really hope that you take care of yourself, and I want you to be around for a long time. So could you please, there's a nicer way to say it, which is very politically correct.
Yeah, but if you say it nicely, then they don't take it seriously. That's just how that works.
Yeah, it's just ineffective.
It's ridiculous.
It's like, that's why stoplights aren't pastel colors. Like, they've got to be in your face. Can't miss it.
Instead of a red light, maybe like a pink.
Like this pink.
Yeah, maybe like a hot pink, maybe.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
It needs to be clear and defined.
Yeah.
And that makes that person ask themselves, okay, how much do I love this person? Do I love them enough to get my butt in the gym and actually do what's best for me? Yeah. Or am I going to say, I don't like the pressure. I don't want to be controlled. I want to be lazy.
Nope.
I'm out. And once you decide to go down that route of I'm out, I don't want to do things that will make my life better or make my relationship better, then it's very confusing because you're basically choosing a path of self-destruction by thinking that you're empowered by going the opposite direction.
Right.
And so that's what I
got. Unconditional love is... I say it all the time. It's for children and pets. James Sharpe, no relation, says, I say that it's impossible for men and women to love each other. It is simply not in us to love each other. Some marriages last because of commitment, not being in love. I think there might be something to that. What do you think of that? That's an interesting statement.
Oh, love is probably the third, fourth most important part of a relationship.
If that.
Yeah. To have a successful relationship, you need to be in love. You obviously
you have
need
to love each other.
The
yes,
person.
Of course, right.
However, you've also got to respect that person. You also have to trust that person. You also have to be loyal to that person. So, for example, if you told me that I needed to do something that was outside of like my our comfort zone, hey, I want you to go take a naked picture and send it to whatever. I'd be like, like how, like that's past my boundary.
Whoa.
That's not good.
Hey.
Right? But you would never tell me to do that.
No,
so I
of course
trust
not.
you
Right,
it's that you give me guidance that I'm willing to follow because I trust that it's in my best interest.
Right.
Now, if you're in a relationship with someone who doesn't have that in your best interest or is very short-sighted, then you're obviously, that relationship is going to last, not because of lack of unconditional love, but because of common sense.
That's right. I think what a lot of people need to understand, and a lot of people in this community, and again, if you guys disagree with anything we're saying, just jump in the Zoom call. Anthony was in there earlier. I guess he didn't really have much to say. Who knows? Maybe it was that Anthony.
Yeah, that would be pleasant.
That would have been interesting. Wouldn't surprise me. Love is not enough, guys. They say love conquers all. Guys, love doesn't conquer shit. Okay? Love conquers your common sense. Love makes you do stupid things. It makes you do crazy things. Love also makes you stick it out in a relationship when you go through some tough times. But by the same token, what you have to understand, I agree with what you said. I think love is maybe 4 or 5 on the list in terms of the most important elements of a relationship. People might not want to admit that, but that's the way it is. Now, do you think that was the case, say, 100 years ago? Or was it the same?
I think it was the same. Even 100 years ago, it was probably less important. Marriage, monogamy, and things, and commitment was really a survival tactic. If you want, you back then you needed physical protection.
Yes, you did.
Women couldn't go out and work and make enough money like to support the family like men could. So you really needed a man to provide for you for your resources and things like that. Now we don't really need men so much. We've created such a safe society that we don't need men so much to protect us.
Yes, right. Because wildebeests or saber-toothed tigers aren't coming back anytime soon. Yeah.
Right. But
so why do women need men? Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Because it's clear that listen, women and men, we need each other to a different degree. My life would be just fine without you, but it would be disingenuous of me to say that it's not better with you in it. Right? If we were to go our separate ways, I would be a lot better off than you would be. And I think you could admit that. Am I wrong?
Well, women need to be needed.
Do
women
they?
get fulfillment by feeling like they're needed.
No, I disagree. I think women need to be desired. Men need to be needed. Women need to be desired. Why do you think that Larsa Pippen blew up her marriage of 23 years? She had 4 kids. She was needed for ever how long. She decided to go and date Future, and now she's, single. Kim Kardashian, she was needed by her 4 kids. She's clearly failing them. Now she's back on the carousel. No, I think women need to be
needed by
desired.
their partner, not by their
Needed
kids.
by their partner. You mean by their partner or their kids?
By their like you want the person that you're intimate with. You want them to need you, like to be there to hey, I've got this on my mind, or, I'm going through something. I don't even want to talk about it, but I know you're there for me.
Let me ask you this. Would you be more attracted to me? Let's say I was a paraplegic, right? And I needed you. I needed you to wipe my ass. I needed you to give me my meds and this and that and the other. Which is a better life? Living that life or living with a guy, oh my God, I can't live without you. Oh my God, I desire you. I love your body, this and that and the other. Which is a better life? Well, there you go. There's your answer right there. Women like
the second one because I don't want to be wiping.
Well, you're right. Women like to be needed. They need to be desired. Men,
Yes.
we need to be needed. We like to be desired. I think they're inverse in that way.
Yeah, I think that's why when women find out that their men cheat on them, that's why it hurts women so much. It's because it hits both of those.
That's right.
Things. It's like, he didn't need me for intimacy, and he didn't desire me enough to come to me first.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. That's a very good point. Women sacrifice their relationships at the altar of their need to be desired. And you can see it on Instagram all the time. We sat in front of how many beautiful girls. They all have these Instagram. And I said, you're pretty enough to be married. You're pretty enough. You guys should all be getting there 21, 22, 18, 19 years old. Nope, I want to live my best life on Instagram. Sexual attention, wanting to be desired is so strong in women that they are sacrificing relationships at the altar of being desired by men that they'll never desire. It makes absolutely no sense to me. That's how bad women want to be wanted.
And I think it starts off young too. I mean, these girls professionally friend zone guys all through high school.
Oh yes,
and then all through college until they try to aim for that top tier guys. Mm-hmm. And then once that attention starts to fall off, then they're like, oh yeah, let me go. I'm 35 years old. Maybe I should find one that's gonna settle down with me instead of I'm gonna settle down with him.
Well, that's kind of how that is. We had Olivia over the other day, and she was telling us about her friend. I think she said that she had a book in her bag or something like that, and she ended up letting her guy friend carry the bag. And I was like, well, wait a minute, like this is the guy you have friend zone. And she's like, well, he didn't mind. I'm like, well, no, of course he didn't mind because he has romantic interest in you. And listen, and it's not like she doesn't really know what's going on, but this is what these are the kinds of things that we're talking about.
It's just a small example of
there you go.
How women
where it starts.
Use men
there you go.
Who they're not romantically interested in to do things that typically in the past, if you were romantically interested in someone, you would go ahead and ask them to do that for you.
There you go. That's right.
It's like
this is how foodie calls start. How many of these girls open up Tinder at the end of the month when they're broke and they use guys for these dates to get fed? How many of those girls how many guys did they have friend zoned in high school? Middle school, high school, college, community college.
All of them.
Yeah,
they
exactly.
Friend zone 80% of the,
there you go.
80 to 90% of the guys, and are all interested in the same 10%.
That's right. But part of the allure of friend zoning a guy is that you have a guy desires you. You don't desire him, but for whatever reason, the need to be desired by today's women is so strong that they'll take it from anyone, even from men that they're not romantically interested in.
Yeah.
It blows me away.
I think back to my high school years, and I'm pretty ashamed of
you
the way I
friend-zoned.
treated some of my friends.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What'd you make him carry? Did you make him fix your car? Spill the dirt.
No.
Stop the cap.
Come on, give up the goods. Did you tell him to go fight somebody? Like what kind of things did you?
I had one take me to prom. We were just friends.
Oh Oh my God. Oh my God. So a dude you friend, and why did you have him take you to prom? There was a guy hold on, let me take a stab at this. There was a guy you wanted to go to the prom with, and he went to the prom with somebody else.
Well, he was in a younger year, so he didn't go to prom.
So you could have taken him if you're an upperclassman.
Well, the friend that I went with graduated a year before I did.
Okay, so
he didn't go to his prom, so I was like, "Well, I needed someone to go to. Why don't you just come with me?"
Why didn't you ask the guy who was younger than you?
We were off then. We weren't on then or off then.
Oh, you guys were ex-boyfriends.
Yeah.
Oh. So oh my God. So to assuage your fragile ego, you commissioned a dude you had friend zoned to take you to prom.
Yeah, it was fun. We lived in a minor threat.
Oh, I'm sure. Oh yeah, I'm sure it was fun. Yeah, all kinds of fun. How fun was it for him? Yeah, you don't know, you don't care, do you? No. Even the lovely and talented Devin
He also
has.
let me live with him for free for a little while when I got out of college as a roommate.
Oh boy.
But then I started paying him like $400 a month.
Oh boy. Yeah, after how long? A year?
No, like 3 months.
So this, oh my God, unbelievable. Guys, listen, you can't make this up. You can't make this up. Even the lovely and talented Devin is guilty of the dating crimes that modern women engage in.
It's just weird thinking back to it. Like, okay, there's a translation.
That was kind of jacked up.
Yeah, there's a translation for every generation. Now it's Instagram and there's girls, but back then it was, using guys for rides or whatever,
Dude, being friend zone has been around forever.
Yeah. So how do guys stay out of the friend zone?
How do guys stay out of the friend zone?
Mm-hmm.
Ay. That's
especially when you're young, they're still getting to know how girls are. Like,
you gotta listen to guys like me, man.
Yeah.
If she's not giving you romance, if she's not giving you romantic vibes, I mean, it's thanks but no thanks. But see, boys that age don't understand abundance at that point. They don't understand and it's funny, that's when you have one-itis, right? Oh my God, if Michelle doesn't blah 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 blah, you're fixated on Michelle, you don't want to piss off Michelle, blah 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 blah, you're hanging out with her all the time. They have no you want to know how do you stay out of the friend zone? Is get friend zone all through middle school and high school, then find me when you get to college, and then you learn about it. That's
do you think that's how some guys get red pilled, is from being friend zoned all through middle school and high school?
Of course, dude,
until they can actually, when they're treated as a friend, they get all that backside information that girls usually wouldn't say to guys that they're interested in. All of a sudden they're like, damn, these girls are dirty.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you what, the guy who is friend zoned by the girl, he gets all the dirt. She knows how many guys she slept with. She knows how many foodie calls she's had. He knows how he knows about how she cheated on her last boyfriend. He knows how she monkey branched. Dude, listen, gentlemen, if there is a girl that you are hanging out with and she tells you all of these things, my friend, you are in the friend zone. I'm about to drop some next level game.
All right.
Gentlemen, if you are in the friend zone, this is the only way to get out of the friend zone. The only way to get out of the friend zone. Step number 1, you ask the girl who is friend zone you, hey, let's go out for drinks. Of course, she's going to say yes because, well, it's assumed that you're paying, right? Okay. So you go out for drinks. Soon as you get to the bar, you start asking the girl who has friend zoned you about other girls in the bar. Hey, what do you think about her? Do you think she's pretty? What do you think about her? Do you think she's pretty? Now, at first, the girl's going to be like, oh, yeah, she's totally pretty. You should totally go and hit on her and blah, 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 blah. She'll do all that because because girls aren't stupid, right? They'll know what you're getting at. You do this 2 or 3 times and then start actually approaching girls. And here's the thing. Girls who friend zone guys are never ugly. So guess what? When you walk into the bar with a pretty girl, other girls are going to notice you with this pretty girl. There you go. So when you go up and talk to these girls like your friend zone girl, you should go up and talk to her. All of a sudden, you've been there for 5, 10, maybe 15 minutes. One of 2 things is going to happen. She's either going to stop hanging out with you because she now knows that someone else has your interest, or she will start taking interest in you. In either case, you are out of the friend zone.
Pre-selection.
That's it. That's the next level game. Dre Raven with the $5 super chat says, how to stay out of the friend zone. Stop caring how they feel about you. Yeah, easier said than done, but it still has to be done. Okay, well, we didn't have anybody in the Zoom, but I imagine that will probably change here within the next week or so, hopefully.
Tell us why we're wrong.
Tell us why we're wrong. Yeah, I'm just glad we were able to get this off the ground. The internet is stable. The animals calmed down. We're not getting attacked anywhere. How do you think the maiden voyage went?
A little bumpy.
Actually, hold on. Shout out to our producer, Heather Paulson. A lot of you guys are familiar with Heather. You guys have interacted with her on Patreon and through email. When Devin and I travel, Heather's the one that takes things over for us. It was totally chaotic today. I was still building the studio. Heather couldn't find a babysitter, so she had to bring her kid here. But Heather's here. She decided she lives close by, and so she's really outside of you, she's the only person that I trust. So all of the camera switching and all that is all Heather. So shout out to Heather.
Looks like our slider stopped.
Yeah, I figured it would, but look, it stopped right in the middle.
Yeah, that's
so
pretty
it's
cool.
all good. Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So shout out to Heather. So anyway, final thoughts.
Final thoughts is when you got it good, don't complain.
And Giselle.
Yes. Don't do anyone any favors by loving them unconditionally.
Yes.
Give them your guidelines and show them that you love them by setting up parameters for them to succeed.
Wow. That sounds like it should be in a book.
Okay, let's start it. Hashtag How to Relationship.
That's right. That's going to do it for this edition of hashtag How to Relationship Podcast number 1. Tomorrow's going to be a hot topic, man.
Oh, what do we got? Tomorrow
we are going to talk about, you're the one that actually picked this out. We are going to talk about, should women love their husbands or should women still love their cheating husbands and or boyfriends? Uh-oh. Should women? I'm going to put you on the spot.
Great. It's not on the spot if you let me know ahead of time.
Well, I can still put you on the spot even if I let you know. Well, never mind. We got a big surprise in store for Devin tomorrow. So yeah, that's gonna be. What are your initial thoughts on this whole women still loving their cheating? Because again, you said earlier, you can not forgive someone and still love them. Does that maybe have anything to do with
I kind
that?
of agree. Like with what you guys say, is it really all depends on their value.
Yeah.
Hillary Clinton wasn't going anywhere.
Nope.
When your husband is the president of the free world,
You ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
Mm-mm,
So
you ain't getting no better than that.
So yeah, but if it was just some Joe Schmo making her look bad, she would have dumped him. So I'd have to think on this, and I think it also might depend on like where in your life the cheating occurs.
Yes.
Is it before you get together? Is it while you're
No,
raising a
we are talking about sexual infidelity. You guys have established it, whether it's legally, whatever the case may be, he steps out on you.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh wait, we gotta wait till tomorrow for that. I was trying to put you on the spot right now.
Oh well, see, that would have been on the spot.
This is going to be a very, very, very interesting conversation. There are so many elements to this. There are so many factors. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to have that conversation tomorrow. I can't wait to get people who disagree with what we're going to say.
I want to hear what their opinions as well.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I can already hear it. If a man cheats on you and you take him back, you don't value yourself.
This is why if a man loves you, he won't let you find out that he's running around on you. Shh, hold on, that's too early. That is going to do it for this, the very first edition of the hashtag How to Relationship